professional. Yo, goddamn it. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fake breaks, staying hydrated. It's shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Trial watching, trials and tribulations. It's Camp Shorty calling all nations. What are you drinking? Shall we skip this part? Left or right-handed? Shit, she slid it to the start. She's a fucking professional. Yo, goddamn it. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fake breaks, staying hydrated. It's shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Psychology corner. Let's learn about stuff. New Miss Shorty music. Calling their bluff. Best hashtag, best community. We've got the best mods. A safe, supportive sanctuary full of fun and love. Rock out with your cats out. Curse all you want. And here at Camp Shorty, we even say cause. She's a fucking professional. Yo, goddamn it. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fake breaks, staying hydrated. It's shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Hey, shorties, what's doing, y'all? Get in here, shorties. Let's fucking go. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty.
Hey, shorties. Hey, hi, hi. Oh, hi, Buster. Fancy seeing you here. I see Life Artist calling for Flexback Friday. It can be, but it's actually going to be Flexback Saturday, 5 o'clock tomorrow night Eastern. That's 9 a.m. Melbourne time. Yes, we are interviewing. We, Camp Shorty. We're talking to Joe Flexback. I mean, Mr. Takapina. God damn it, chat. Mr. Takapina will be in the house from 5 tomorrow. So see you then. But don't go anywhere. Oh, Buster, don't lick me. Hi. If you're wondering about the hair, my hair has decided that no more straightener, please. No more straightening of the hair. Hi, Poppy. So I'm going with a different look. It is what it is. And I've got I'm channeling my Linda Kenny Barden with my clear specs today. Hi, Donkey Noggin. Good to see you. Oh my goodness. If you've missed the dogs, it's all right. They're here. Shall we? A treat for the dogs to get them out of my hair for un momento, por favor, doggy dogs. Yes. So, who's here? I see what the fuck's here. What the fuck? Known as Motion to Scream in Just to Serve TV, because obviously they're a lot more refined than me. Princey. Hi, Princey. Now listen, there is still a t-shirt coming. That spoiled the surprise, didn't it? I would have liked for you all to get one big box or bag of all of your mod merch. There's more to come, Princey, and other mods. Speaking of, hi, Joey. Hi, Amber. Good to see you, darling. Amber's going to be mostly kicking back, watching, and a bit of chatting. She's doing some hanging with the campers tonight rather than doing modding, which is amazing. I love that for her. Joey's here. Love you, Joey. Joey likes the hair. Thanks, Joey. I expect respectful behavior. Is that a warning to anybody in particular, Princey? What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? It does roll off the tongue nicely. Careful saying the word tongue and flex back in the same sentence around these waters. When Joe is here. Yes. Oh, Joe, I think Mr. Takapina very much enjoys our our mild thirst. Poppy, please. She's also thirsty for just love. Poppy, okay, bye. Thanks, I love you. While I think of it, at 8 o'clock tonight, there's not many names in here. This is our first weekly draw. Buster, please. Of the merch. So every weekend, any super chat, super sticker, if you become a new member, gifted membership or ships, buy me a coffee, or even PayPal. Yes, we have PayPal now. PayPal.me/Camp Shorty. It's a whole, I don't even know. PayPal. Buster, come on now, man. Yeah, but I love you very much, but that's a little bit distracting. He's like, yeah, I've been waiting for this all morning. Same. So that's at 8 tonight. So for every weekend, I've got my pen and my notepad here because I'm old school to write down everybody who does doesn't have to be any particular amount. If you enter more than once, like if you give me more than one super chat, or if you gift memberships more than once, you're in again. So more than one draw. And the merch store is cool. There's so much cool stuff. There's a whole Joe Tacopina range, Mr. Flexback. So Poppy, I can't. Here, guys, one more treat, and then I need you to go away. I'm going to be professional. I'm going to try really hard to be professional. Like I'm psyching myself up all week to be professional. Poppy, around this side. Yep, here. That. And Nick, please don't die operating a chainsaw. He probably can't hear me imploring him not to die, but Nick is apparently cutting things down, doing like outdoorsy shit. So,
It's not a deal breaker, but I'd like to know. Thank you.
God, I almost put that on loop for you. Hey, chat, tell me if I'm too loud and booming in the mic too, because I was listening back to the merch launch stream and she was a little booming. So tell me if I'm booming in your ears, whether it's relative to the videos we're watching or just in general, because I don't want to have shitty sound. Hi, Jason. Good to see you. Candy Temple. Hi, I see you. Hi. I knew what I was doing there. I like it. You're definitely a shorty. I mean, obviously, but like even more so. I'm a naughty donkey. Love. Multiple deliveries are super fun. And on that note, you all, Amber, you've ordered stickers yourself. The other mods, you're getting stickers. Unfortunately, and we're working on it, the shorty stickers aren't of the quality that we would like, and Matilda and I. They're cool, but they're not. They're a little bit muddy. The colors are a bit muddy, and they're slightly blurred on the edges. They aren't sharp. So we're going to see if we can get. They've been hidden off the merch store at the moment. I mean, cool, right? There's so many new things. Matilda is amazing. But if you've ordered stickers or anything that when it comes, let us know how the quality is, because we'll need an order number to get you, like Amber will get you a refund on your stickers. That I think you got these ones. Just because for $10, or it's for $15 almost in Australian dollars, they're not of the quality that we would hope for. And the artwork is sharp, like the resolution is high in the artwork. So this is a printing issue with fourth wall. So we're on it. But really love to see photos of everything you get. And don't be afraid to tell, like we're just working this out, Matilda and I, just in the, this is all new to me. So we want the best quality products, merch, with the lowest price point for you guys. So I'm not, like for shorties, I don't care about the profit. I've instructed Matilda to make every item the lowest it can go in price, so that changes the profit margin, and that's fine with me. That's not why we're doing it. So, Poppy, you're gonna give me a negative profit with all of your paintings. She's like, yeah, but love. I love love. Okay, Poppy. Okay, we don't have much time. She says, I don't care. Princey says, I'm talking about all of us. I swear we can be well behaved. Wait, I'm going to go. No, I don't expect with refund. No, I don't really want a refund either. I want top quality. Like they're good, they're nice, they're just not, you know, we're classy around here at Camp Shorty, right? I see Laura's here. Hi, Laura. Good to see you. At least it's shipped, unlike the merch I bought from Jimmy. 6 months ago that was never shipped. Yeah. Yeah. Joey, the problem with your finance degree is that you've got some wild, crazy woman who doesn't care about money at the helm of this ship. And she's like, nah. The only reason I'd want profit is because, and I don't know if all of you mods have heard this, but and Joey's going to yell at me for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm so cute. That we're going to pay our mods from the profits from the merch store. So mods, you can choose to have that as a cash payment, like money, dollars, cha-ching. Fucking ching. You can choose a charity if you'd prefer to donate it to a charity, or you can just like send it back into the merch store if you'd like. But wait, I'm trying to find this. Yes. Shall we get into it? Shorties. 11 minutes 30. Someone timestamp that shit. Hi, Lulu. I see you. Good to see you. Donkey's Noggin says, I will not behave. Like, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not... Like, I'm a fucking professional, so I'll be doing my best. But I can't promise anything, It's Joe fucking Tacopina. By the way, I probably shouldn't be talking about this now, but because it's not the topic for today. He was Donald Trump's attorney. Like, I'm sorry. Wait, what? And he reached out to me. He went to our amazing website, found the contact us form, and he had to Google Miss Shorty to find it. Found the contact form, and emailed me through the contact form and said, "Hi, you're amazing. Love to come on your show." And I'm like, "Hi, Dizzy. You're speaking of amazing. Hi, Diz. Good to see you. We're talking Donna Adelson. So Dizzy, Amber, Shelley is Pokemon here. Shelley, who else? Who can I think? My brain. Missy, Mayhem, Pammy Coggan, who comes in here sometimes. Who else? Who am I forgetting? Bose. We've known each other for like almost 2 years, right? 2 years. And my entrance into that world of amazing people was through the Charlie Adelson trial. And we watched it together on formerly The Shaming of Jay. He's now called Jay Bronius. So this is a lovely full circle to have a lot of our friends and here together. And also, I meant to say hi, Forrest. I'm excited that you're here, able to catch a live with us. Also, yes. Who else? I'm seeing other people. Made in UK. Hi. Oh yeah. Hey, wait, Shelley. Oh my God. You know what I didn't do yet, Shelley? Fuck. Give me una momento, Shelley. God, I'm the worst. I'm like one day, Pokemomo, I will be I'll be a proper YouTuber, like a known YouTuber, like not an irresponsible creator. Shelley, there we go. There you go. Now you're blue. God damn it. I'm the worst. Welcome, Shelley, to our newest moderator. Mod Squad moderator, Shelley. Pokemon. Girl. Sorry I didn't wrench you straight away. Fuck. I've been kind of busy. So Donna was in court this week. Yikes. She was on the stand. Yikes. Are you? Yeah. Yes. Well, then here you go, Shelley, because we're going to watch it together. And wow, God, I'm the worst. Like, I'm not even a YouTuber, I swear. Add this to the naughty jar. Much love to everyone. Well, I will, Donkey's Noggin, but I'll also kick you off. Well, I'm not going to kick you off, but you're the first on the list for the merch draw next week. You're in the draw, man. Thank you so much. Oh, Buster. I'm trying to write, talk, think. Already a trilogy of nightmares for me. And also Buster's in my face. This.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away.
Shit. Yes. That reminds me, at 9 tonight Eastern. So we've got 2 Camp Shorty lives, and then at 9 Eastern, let's all go over and get feral on Publicly Buzzed. Feral Friday, y'all. If you haven't experienced it, wild, like feral. I'm going to be I think it's my 3rd time on Feral Friday with Steve. on Publicly Buzzed. So we'll all head over there. It's about half an hour, 20 minutes on YouTube first, and then we head over to Kick. If you know, you know. It's so much fun. We're watching a movie. It'll probably have boobs in it. It'll be a whole thing. Like it'll be. Well, I don't know. Is it a comedy? Is it a horror? Regardless, there'll be boobs. Steve loves boobs. Don't we all? Except colors. Yeah, my babies. This is Buster and then Poppy. So blah 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 blah. Let me get the screen up here. So Donna, we're not going to watch. Yes, Feral. We're not going to watch all of it. How your tat of the face pokes. Lisa? Is that the face? No, that's a rose. Is it this? Oh my God, mirrors. Fuck. I've also got a new song. I can't. It's amazing that I ever managed to do that thing with ASAP Rocky in the background. Wait, speaking of, let me change. It's terrifying. Wait. Yikes. It's a whole lot of Donna. Hey, well, let me move over to this side so you can see the picture. So you're welcome. That's what we'll be looking at. So we're going to do recaps of Donna's trial, which is slated to start in early June. Obviously, peasant work shit prevents me from doing full trial coverage, but we'll do as much as we can, right? One day we'll do this for reals. What do we got? Judge Everett is the best. If you're not familiar with this judge, he is delightful. 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 There's new attorneys for Donna Adelson because conflict of interest. I think Donna was supposed to go to trial in, was it September? We were supposed to go to trial with her. Maybe it was October. I can't remember. Charlie Adelson, her son, co-conspirator, already serving life without parole in somewhere over there. Doesn't matter where he is. Bye, miss us. He threw a massive spanner in the works at the very last moment on the day that trial was supposed to start. And so it was rescheduled. Dan Rashbaum, old Sniffy Fingers, was Rashi, was removed. All of her defense team was removed. And she has a whole new set of defense attorneys. I hope they have some character. They don't seem to have much spark. But that's okay. Let's watch her. She's in shackles. It's delightful. Oh, good. It's mono. I love that.
Portion at this time. Does the defense
Yeah, it's
have
mono.
any other witnesses
Fantastic.
or evidence it wishes to present as it relates to the burden in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Defense will call Donna Adelson.
Please come up to the witness stand, Ms. Adelson.
Okay. Already, I'm going to pause. You know me. Chat. So I've started making shorts again because Miss Shorty, I'm a shorty who makes shorts. My entire channel was built on Adelson shorts. Oh, the playlist. I think I've got to add the 3 new ones to the playlist, or perhaps I have already done it. Can't remember. Brain. But like I've got a playlist of 86 Adelson related shorts from Charlie Adelson's trial and a few of the other trials prior to that. There was the trial for Katie Magbanua, the middleman, Luis Rivera and Sigredo Garcia. Actually, no, not Luis. He took a plea. He was already serving. So the 2 hitmen already in jail, prison. Katie Magbanua also in prison. She declined a prosecution's offer to have full immunity and now is serving life without parole. So make better choices. Charlie's in prison, the guy that hired the hitmen for life without parole. And here's Donna. If you're not familiar, Donna was arrested on the jetway right at the very entrance to the plane at Miami International, heading on a one-way ticket to Vietnam, a non-extradition country. And Pat Sanford said, "Do you recognize me?" And she was like, "Oh." It's a whole thing.
Witness stand.
I'm gonna love it does that.
At this
Why does it
time.
always do that?
Does
It's
the
like I didn't touch anything. Suck my dick.
Call earlier. The call on November.
So it skipped. I swear I wasn't touching it. It's been doing it a lot lately. YouTube, do better. Here we go. Let's watch her walk up. And then I'm going to skip forward through to, because she testifies twice. Like nothing to do with what she's accused of.
Please raise your right hand as best as you can. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to
Damn
give?
it. I didn't get the shackles one on my short. Anyway, what was I saying about the short?
Please speak loudly and clearly. You
Fuck.
may examine Mr. Zellman when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a moment.
It's so unfortunate to see her so no, not at all. So I did a short of, we're going to skip through this stuff because it's boring. Well, not boring, but we're a little limited for time because I have streaming eyes way bigger for my time constraint stomach. So but I have got some new Adelson shorts. One of them is taken off a little bit, doesn't have 2 million views yet, like one of my other shorts, but it's got about 1,500. So hang on. Let's go through that. I know it seems weird, but they call her again after this, because this is the good stuff. This is her talking about leaving. Wait.
The phone and saw that the call didn't end. I think this is important to note because had Donna Adelson looked at her phone.
So basically, this is a bond hearing, right? What's that noise? This is a bond hearing. Hi, Himza, good to see you. She's wanting. This is a woman who has a very high flight risk. Her defense team are asking for house arrest. No, not even a 7 till 7 curfew. She lives in Miami. She's already tried to flee the country, surrounded by water now in Miami, and they have the resources, the financial resources. Poppy, please, I can't. I love you, but I can't, man. I love you, but I can't. Can you please sit down now? I love you very much. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Down again. Thank you. Good girl. So let's see.
Everyone can be seated. Let's move on to the second part of the hearing this morning.
So
The motion.
So what I've done is I've skipped through because we can maybe watch it another time, but I really wanted to get to this part. We've skipped through the stuff about her. Oh no, it wasn't much at all. I can't even remember. It was yesterday. God, who knows? But we're going to watch what Donna has to say about leaving. Shut up,
To
Lee.
set bond and also for Arthur hearing.
Thank you, Judge. May I put one more thing on the record for the suppression that I had in my notes and I forgot to say it.
Only one?
One.
Just one.
Just one.
He's so sweet, Judge Everett. He's very amicable, very lovely, but quite, he doesn't take no shit. That's Sarah Dugan, like second chair in the state prosecution team. Queen Georgia Kappelman is lead prosecutor. Amazing. She's so good.
Go ahead.
So in the call that the defense moved into evidence, the call from November 7th, that's in dispute here.
Okay.
At the end of the call.
So was her husband charged too? No. Here's the way it's gone. They started with Luis Rivera, the one who was driving the car. He didn't actually pull the trigger on Dan Markel, who was murdered in his driveway on July 18th, I think. I might be misquoting that. It's been a little while on details. In Tallahassee in 2014. He, 2 hitmen who'd already done one previous trip and fucked it, couldn't find him. The second time, so Sigfredo Garcia was the actual the firer, the shooter, not a Latin king. Luis Rivera, head of the Latin kings, King Louis, right? He was already in prison for RICO charges, and he brokered a deal. It was a whole thing. We have done this background stuff. It's in the playlist. Before Donna's trial previously, we did talk about all this, and we're going to go through Charlie's trial after Karen Reed to get some more background. But they charged, so they gave Luis Rivera a deal, feds, yeah. Then he ratted on Katie Magbanoa, the middleman, who was Charlie's sort of girlfriend, and Sigfredo Garcia. They both went to trial. Mistrial for Katie Magbanoa. Sigfredo Garcia was sentenced straight away from that first trial, and he was sentenced to life without parole. Katie went to trial again. She got convicted and sentenced to life without parole. And then they did a sting operation. The feds did a sting operation. The FBI, and contacted Donna Adelson in person, pretending to be Latin Kings, gave her a note, which prompted Donna and Charlie and all of the threads of the conspiracy to start talking to each other on the phone, as bumps are supposed to do. That then was incriminating enough for Charlie to be arrested. I'm paraphrasing very, very much so. Charlie was arrested. Lol. So funny. This is very complex case. It's 11 years now almost since the crime, since the murder, which was basically because of a contentious divorce or settlement issues over the two children and a whole lot of other stuff. So then Charlie went to trial, and Donna the mother, the matriarch, Grandma Gotti, and Harvey, her husband, they did not testify. They pled the fifth. Wendy Adelson, the ex-wife. What the fuck was that? Oh, good. The ex-wife of the murder victim, Professor Jane Markel, she has a derivative use immunity, so she has testified, but the others, the parents, wouldn't testify. Charlie was convicted mid-November 2023. His sentencing hearing was a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. Sentenced to life without parole. Still no sign of Harvey or Donna in court at all. And then less than a week after Charlie's sentencing, Donna and Harvey were... there's a whole lot of hot mic things of jail calls between Charlie, his little baby bitch boy, talking to his mother and not hanging up the phone. It's a whole thing. It's too much to explain. But within a week... less than a week of Charlie being sentenced, Donna and Harvey were fleeing the country. They were on the hot mic court talking about non-extradition countries, Vietnam being one of them. Sidebar, their estate lawyer, very well-off people, millions of dollars, worth millions. Their estate attorney was in the room when they had this hot mic moment. I don't think Harvey will ever be arrested, but I believe that Wendy Adelson is next. I believe that upon conviction of Donna Adelson, and of course innocent till proven guilty, but it's damning, man. It's going to be this. It's going to be a cookie cutter, give or take, a cookie cutter trial from Charlie's with some new stuff, but a lot of the same witnesses. And the way they've gone with the driver, Luis Rivera, then the hitman and his baby mummy, who was also Charlie Adelson's sort of girlfriend. They were next. Then Charlie, now Donna. They've needed Wendy throughout to testify, and she's an attorney, but she's of the misguided understanding that she has full immunity from all prosecution. Lol, she doesn't. And based on the way that the state has methodically gone through. And to be sure that there would be no doubt of conviction, mark my words, stick a pin in it, Wendy Adelson's next as soon as Donna is convicted. That's what I've been saying for 2 years, and I will die on that hill with my head cut off on the camera. Okay. Are we caught up? Sort of. Confusing. I'll fill you in.
Harvey Adelson says something along the lines of, it's the last thing that you hear, something along the lines of,
Joining unheld.
what's this? A call that didn't end.
Yes.
The implication being,
wait, oh my God,
you must
send
have
me
picked
videos.
up the phone and saw that
Yes.
the call didn't end. I think this is important to note because had Donna Adelson looked at her phone, she would
And
have
you're going on
seen
the
the same thing.
raffle list unbalanced equation. Yay.
Right?
May I have a equally brief response?
59 seconds exactly.
Thank
Did you hear
Your Honor.
that?
Go ahead.
Your Honor, the system
So Judge Everett, he said, can I also be heard briefly? This attorney, no idea what his name is. We'll work it out as we go along. Yikes. He said, may I also be heard? I can get it said in under a minute or in a minute. And Judge Everett said 59 seconds. Funny. Here, let's listen to it again. He's so cute. We love him.
Equally brief response.
59 seconds exactly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, the system, the security system is intentionally designed to continue
Oh.
reporting after the inmate.
One more thing.
disconnects.
This court feed was very glitchy, so there'll be little dropouts in the audio. The video, and I'll put closed captions on. God, finally remembers. Yikes! Like I'm not even nearly grisly true crime, am I? So if it glitches, it's not me. It's the feed.
And the system knew that Charlie had been disconnected because he tried calling back, and the
So-
system reflected as investigator Newell.
Another more background. Sorry, we'll get to some continuity in a minute. So basically, Charlie was calling Donna, oh my God, his mother, from jail up between his conviction and his sentencing daily. And the calls are wild. We'll definitely go through them because yikes. If you haven't heard them, eye-opening. He's such a mama's boy. Just always trying to be loved and the most important in the family. He has a number plate on his, or had a number plate on his Lamborghini, Ferrari, one of those cars. It says Maestro. He's such a wanker. He's such a tosspot. But so in this call, that he, in one particular call, when the estate lawyer was at Donna and Harvey's apartment in this week between, and they were getting all their affairs in order. They were getting all of their wealth, their estate ready, so that when they had left the country, Wendy would be able to easily access and manage those funds through the trust fund for her two children. And so they had the estate lawyer there and her husband. So they were friends, and also Harvey. And I think there was one other person, she does say. And the jail call drops out, right? Donna says, oh, he's gone. Charlie. And then doesn't hit end on the call. So then this hot mic moment, which is muffled, but it was damning. And they're trying to, they want to exclude that because they believe that it was recorded without her consent in a two-party consent state. So more background. Are we there? Are we there yet?
Like account in use.
Let me check the volume.
Let's move on to the Arthur hearing at this portion. Is the defense wishing to present its argument as to bond, or is the state going to present first as to proof of guilt evident or presumption grade?
I'd prefer we do bond first, if that's okay with the defense, just because the state does have a couple
Amy, good to see you.
witnesses as to the things they brought up in their motion. And then I'm not calling any witnesses for Arthur. I'll just be moving some things into evidence, so maybe we could do that last.
Don't forget, have you hit like
Gentlemen,
and
as
like?
to the bond portion of this, do you have witnesses?
We do, Your Honor. State would call Donna Adelson.
So Adelson, you can retake the
So-
stand once again. You remain
Second time on the stand
oath.
for today.
You
The
are
more
sworn to tell
important
the
testimony.
truth.
Wait, so, but Shelley, you know this, right? It is douchey. So he's a periodontist. Charlie was a periodontist. So it's hilarious because one of his ex-girlfriends, June, has the worst veneers. Like, what are they? Stick-on teeth. The worst. They're massive chompers, as bad as Matt McCabe's, right? Horrendous. But Charlie was like a traveling. I'm going to assume that nobody really wanted to have this absolute douche nozzle as a permanent fixture in their even his own father in their dental practice, because Harvey Adelson has the Adelson Institute. Lol, we've got videos. Don't worry, there's so much content here. So the maestro, I just think I don't know, man. He's cooked though. He's crazy. Oh my God, he's torture. He'll be testifying. Charlie is testifying for the state too, not the defense, against his mother. So good. It's going to be so good. I cannot wait. Oh, Forrest. Thank you so much. You're on the list, Forrest. Canada.
Examine when you go to school for.
Thank you, Judge.
But also, wait. Oh my God, there's so much going on. My poor brain. It's like I don't even know what I'm doing. True.
Ms. Adelson, at the commencement of the hearing on the motion to suppress, you said your name for the record, Donna Adelson. Can you tell the court how many times prior to your arrest for the charges that are pending in this case have you been arrested for criminal offenses?
Never.
She's got a nose whistle too.
And
So
how
great. I
long-
love that.
Incarcerated at the Leon County Detention Facility. Do you recall?
Colors.
15 and a half
Oh, wait.
months, 470 days.
Lol.
And within that
Listen to the painedness in her voice. Hi, Colors. I missed your chat, but hi. I made it short out of this too because it's funny. Have you ever been arrested? No. But also, how long have you been in jail? She's counting.
incarcerated at the Leon County Detention Facility. Do you recall?
15 and a half months, 470 days.
And within that period of time, the 470
forever?
days, have you been held in the same location in the Leon County Detention Facility or different locations?
Different locations.
Okay, and your first location was where?
First location was in solitary confinement on a direct observation
I'm going to speed it up a
unit
little.
Do you know how long you were
Tiny
there?
bit.
50 days.
Okay. And where did you go following solitary?
So glitchy. It's not
to
us.
the N pod, like it is in November. It's an open pod, general population.
What does that mean? Open pod, general population?
So I was with 60 some odd other inmates, all in one open area.
And you had beds in your room, I assume?
There were each sections off about 10 women. So, and there'd be a cement wall, and then there'd be another 10 women in a cement wall. So it was fairly quiet, actually, even with that many women, because we were separated in small groups, so it wasn't that loud.
Okay, and do you recall when you were taken out of the inn like Nancy pod?
Yeah,
She's put on a lot of weight. There's so much. I mean, this is a family where appearances matter, how you look physically, aesthetically. Extremely well off. They offered Professor Dan Markel, $1 million to allow Wendy to relocate from Tallahassee, where she was living with their two boys, post-divorce, during the marriage and post-divorce, to allow her to move to Miami to be with and near Donna and Harvey. Dan said, hell no, hell no. And so then they allegedly, it's more than allegedly, Charlie's been convicted of the crime, conspiracy to commit murder, but they then hatched this plan to actually only pay a third of that and get him knocked off, have a hitman hired for, it was supposed to be $330,000. They ended up paying only $138,000 and then some ongoing stuff. Lol, Donna actually literally washed the money that they paid the hitmen with, wet it. I'm going to drop the link to the playlist of all the shorts if you want to save the playlist, but it's just all the shorts and the trial prep we did for when her trial was supposed to go forth last year. I'll drop that in chat.
yes, in August, they said they had maintenance to do and that we would be moved to the annex, which is a building outside of the jail.
Okay, and so I'm not going to be specific as to dates, but you were arrested in November of 2023 in solitary confinement for 50 days to whatever date that took you to.
January 9th.
Okay, and then from January 9th all the way through some date in August of 2024.
Correct.
You were in the inn like Nancy pod. And then you said you were transferred to the annex. Can you describe the conditions inside the annex, please?
So the annex is kind of a temporary type building. It's not a brick building. It's kind of like a temporary building, and it's
It's on 1.25 chat. Let
and
me
there
know
are
if it's too fast. for you.
66 women, all in bunk beds, all open. You kind of one on top of the next. There's no separation at all.
So one big open room.
One
if you
big
will.
open room with 66 beds. Yes.
Okay, and how long did you stay? So from August of 2024 until when? How long did you stay in the annex?
I was moved again on February 3rd, 2025.
Okay, and you were here when the gentleman was testifying about the call buttons to
Actually, that was
to alert someone
Charlie.
if you're having a medical
This was
emergency. Was there one-
Charlie. It was Charlie who stapled the money. He just always had, I don't know, whatever. Like, honestly, watch the playlist of shorts. So good. But yeah, it was Charlie that stapled the money. But maybe it was a family thing. Top corner staple. And then, yeah, that was one of the very strong nails in the coffin for Charlie, in terms of the jury finding him guilty on both counts.
One of those in the N pod?
No,
Was there one in the annex?
no.
I'd like to start here, the motion for a bond that we filed in this case, as the court indicated earlier, one of the issues that we have raised are medical conditions that you're facing. So I'd like to start with your medical conditions and present some testimony to the court about those, okay?
Okay.
Okay. We're not going to go over every medical condition you've had since you've been incarcerated in the jail, but I'd like to start with one that you have that's causing you some pain in your leg and back area. Okay. Let me just start with this. Can you describe to the court the kind of pain and discomfort that you're having with this particular injury or issue?
Yeah, I know what it is because I've had it in the past. It's sciatic pain, and I get like a pulling kind of shooting pain down my legs.
Okay. And you said you've had it in the past. You mean prior to becoming incarcerated at the Leon
Yes.
County Jail?
Yes.
Okay. And during the course of time before you were incarcerated at the Leon County Jail, did you seek treatment for that condition?
Yes, I did.
And what type of treatment did you obtain for that?
So I saw my orthopedist, and he gave me a steroid
It's called
injection in my
Justice
spine.
for Dan Markel.
How
The
long were
playlist.
you
It's
suffering from the sciatic condition prior
to be up
becoming
near the top of
incarcerated?
my playlist because I've just added to it.
How long, the last episode?
Before you were incarcerated in jail, for how many years had you been suffering with the sciatic issue?
So no, I had it last about 10 years ago. I haven't had it all this time.
Okay.
She took the word
Recurred.
laundering the money
Months
very
ago.
literally.
Okay. And what was the treatment that you were provided prior to your incarceration for your sciatic condition?
It was the steroid injection, and within 48 hours, it was gone. The pain was gone.
The money was damp
Where
and
did they do
moldy
the
when
steroid
the hitman got
injection?
it
Where's that in your body?
In my spine.
the morning
Fine.
after the murder.
The outpatient procedure, inpatient?
Yes, outpatient.
Outpatient, okay. All right, and during the course of time that you've been in the Leon County Jail, did you start to experience the sciatic pain again?
Yes, it did.
And what did you do when you started to experience that pain?
I wrote a sick call, and I went to see the doctor
Okay, where do you get these sick call forms from?
from the nurse.
Okay, and when do you have the opportunity to see a nurse with sick call forms?
Well, they come twice a day. They come in the morning and they come in the evening.
Okay, and we'll get to what those times are at a later point, but if you don't get a form from a nurse, is there another way to obtain it that you're aware of?
No, that's the only way I've ever gotten it is from a nurse.
Okay, do you recall approximately how far into your incarceration you started having the sciatic issues again?
I didn't have it until I was
Very
in the
far.
annex. So that was sometime over the last, I've been there 6 months. I don't remember the specific date, but I didn't have it before the annex.
Okay, and once you started experiencing it in the annex, did you complete a form to see medical attention?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and as a result of completing that form, did you have an opportunity to meet with someone in the medical center at the Leon County Jail?
I saw the doctor there.
And
Yes.
what happened?
And I explained what I had, and she said, we do not treat that type of problem. We could offer you some Tylenol.
And did they provide you with Tylenol?
They did.
And has that relieved you of the pain that you suffer?
No, it's Tylenol. It's not
Wait.
it's not going to do what I need to have done. No.
Okay.
We'll get to it, but she actually, so as is always the way for the cross-examination of any witness, there's some impeachment ahead from the beautiful and very intelligent Sarah Dugan about all of this. She did actually decline an offer of some treatment that she wanted to speak to her own orthopod. No, yes, I think the guy that deals with her sciatica. Lol.
So sometimes since you've been in the
They're
annex,
like,
you
well,
maybe
okay, I guess you don't
requested
want it
treatment
then.
for the sciatic issue. Have you requested treatment more than once?
Hi, Britt.
Okay, and have you received any additional
Of course. you did.
opportunities to meet with any of the
Of course
medical
you did,
staff
Sophie.
regarding this pain?
No.
Go.
What happens when you request treatment and you don't get to see them? Do they tell you that you're not going to be allowed to see them again? What
No.
happens?
Usually I wait a week, and if I don't hear anything, then I'll write another one, and I'll write, this is a second request, or this is a third request.
Here's the thing. I don't think anybody should be mistreated in prison or jail. In life, no humans should be mistreated by anybody. But if you allegedly commit a crime, you have to expect that some of your freedom luxuries will be limited. That's supposed to be one of the deterrents for committing crimes, right? Is that your liberty and your life will be potentially very heavily impacted. It's supposed to deter people. Entitled motherfuckers like this, not so much. I don't wish pain on anybody, and I've had sciatica. It's awful. But, man, maybe you should have thought of that before you decided the best solution to this was to throw money at some hitmen and make it all go away.
Request.
Sucks
And
to
then,
suck.
I think they said I think I got an answer. They sometimes just answer it and give it to
She does it for us.
a pod officer, and she'll hand out papers at night, which is the response to your requests. And on that one, they said you're already getting.
I mean, she's
pain medication for
70
this. That was the
something.
Tylenol.
And the pain medication is
Also?
just regular Tylenol.
Regular time.
Or
Okay. At some point, did you have an opportunity to speak to someone in medical care regarding way to resolve some of the
Oh, look.
pressure in your leg?
You just had a
for
pain.
Use of a medical mattress?
Yes. So
Oh.
while I was down with the doctor,
Okay, so I was listening to this when I was at work. I wasn't watching, so I didn't see that wince. For the most part, she doesn't seem to be playing up or playing into the issues she's saying about her health and her wellness and her physical well-being. But I don't know about that one. That seemed a little what is it? Hyperbolic.
doctor during one visit,
Chameleon.
she said,
Chat.
what might be helpful, because you're sleeping on metal and the mattress is maybe a half-inch thick, maybe. She said, what would help is if I could get a medical mattress for you.
I think people like this have spent a lifetime in the upper echelons of society where money and influence and power gets you a long way. Charlie shouldn't have passed periodontic school. Oh my God, I can't say the words. He shouldn't have passed school, right? His father threw money at the university or whatever it was, the dental school, to make sure he got through, and he just scraped through. People like this think that money means that they're above everybody else and that they can do whatever they want. It's a narcissistic entitlement, right? This is a family of extreme narcissists, and I will diagnose that. I guarantee you, it's very much in keeping with what we talk about in Psychology Corner. So
I had never heard that term before, but I said, okay, if you think it'll help, that would be great. And she left the room, she went into another room, and then she came back in and said, yeah, I thought that would be a good idea, but they don't have it here. So my best thoughts for you would be to get a second mattress, so it'll thicken it a little bit, and that might give you some relief at night.
Okay. And did you obtain a second
I
mattress?
did.
And this is while you were in the annex?
Well,
How did you get the additional mattress?
so the pod officer asked one of the inmates to go where they have extra mattresses. There are piles, 20, 30 mattresses there, to go get one of the extra mattresses and put it on my bed so that I had the extra mattress.
Okay. And during the time that you were allowed to have the
You got
additional
the extra
mattress, did you
mattress,
get
by the
any
way.
relief?
Yes, at night, because I used to get the pains even if I was just lying down. And that definitely relieved some of the pain at night, so that was good.
Okay. And at some point, did they take the additional mattress away?
Yes, so on February 3rd, I was moved out of the annex to protective custody in the main jail building. And since I've been there.
I love that for you, Laura.
the officer
Lurk and
removed the
listen
second
away.
mattress.
Thank you for being
She
here.
said, why do you have this? And I told her why. And she said, well, you have this.
And
So they took it away.
okay. And since the additional mattress has been taken away, have you started to experience worsened pain?
Yeah, it's worse.
And have you requested any medical treatment for that?
Well, I spoke to the doctor, I don't remember the date, shortly after it was taken away. I was down for a different reason, and she said, yeah, I thought it was a good idea, but if you can't have it, you can't have it.
Okay. All right. Now, the relief that you got when you were able to have the additional mattress, did that completely take away the pain?
No.
Okay.
No.
And do you experience this pain when you're walking, sitting? What?
So at the beginning, I was just getting it when I was walking. So it limited the amounts of walking I could do, but I get it when I'm sitting, I get it lying down, I get it all the time now. So it's not like I have it all the time. It comes and goes, but
Just when I'm sitting in
it just
court.
comes- I could be sitting, I could be standing, it just happens.
we're going to go into more details about how it took place in a few more minutes, but for now, I'd like to talk about, are there any other areas that you are experiencing any pain?
Yes, I have a problem with my left arm.
And with murdering people.
And what, describe to the court what that problem is, what you're feeling, what you're
Hi,
experiencing.
screen enough.
So I have like shooting
Oh, I
pain
love that we're body
from
doubling
top here
with
of my
you.
shoulder down the
Tell us how you're going.
outside of
Keep
my
us in the
arm
loop.
into my forearm.
Okay, and you're pointing to your left arm, is that the one you're referring to?
It's my left arm.
Okay, and so shooting pain down the arm, anything into your hands?
Yeah, the pain is like hot. It's
Them
like
there
burning
shackles,
pain.
they're
And
ouchie.
my thumb, index, and middle finger have gotten like tingling. It almost feels like ants are crawling on them. It's like a numbness of those fingers.
Okay, and is this pain that you were experiencing prior to your incarceration at Leon County Jail?
No.
Okay,
I'm going to pause for a moment because Lulu Bell makes a really good point. Donna, how about the pain your son-in-law's parents are in, right? Do you know the most diabolical thing, possibly not as diabolical, obviously, as murdering Ruth and Phil Markel's beloved son, a beloved man, a very intelligent man, beloved by his students, such a good man. God. Devout Jewish. Devout isn't the right word, is it? Is it? The stories of the disgusting shit these Adelsons did, untoward, just underhanded bullshit. But not least of all, that within a month of the murder of Professor Markel, Wendy had changed the boys' surnames from Markel to Adelson on their paperwork. Legally, it took a little longer. That's not the most diabolical thing, though, although it speaks volumes to consciousness of guilt, in my opinion. I think the jury would see it that way. But also, they withheld visitation rights to the grandparents, to Phil and Ruth Markel, who live in Canada. Professor Markel was Canadian, and to the point that Ruth ended up changing legislation, changing laws for grandparent rights for victims of crime, because they had no way to access to see their grandchildren, who I think it was something like 2 or 3, less than 5 times in the first 5 years. And it's been 10 years, and I think they've only seen the boys, Benjamin and Lincoln, a couple of times since. So it's just been the most tragic thing. The ripple effect, which is more like a tsunami for this family, it's just devastating. Just devastating.
okay. About when did this pain begin?
So many mugs to choose from, life artists.
So I was assaulted by another inmate while I was
Yes.
here at the beginning of October.
Catch the replay. Thank you for
October
stopping by.
2024.
Yes,
And when you say Leon County Jail,
yes.
all right, since you began experiencing that pain, since October of 2024, have you requested medical treatment?
Yes,
And what has the response been?
they said they would take an X-ray, but in the meantime, I could have Tylenol.
Okay, and you said that was in approximately October of 2024. Have you been requesting treatment for that pain since October of 2024?
Several times.
Okay, and you heard the testimony of the gentleman previously. At some point, did they do an X-ray on your arm?
Yes,
And when was that?
it might have been February 3rd. No, it's the day I moved. It's shortly after February 3rd. I don't know the date.
Was it after you were removed and placed in protective custody?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Is the Tylenol helped with the pain that you're experiencing?
No.
No. Oh, Stream Elements mustn't be in the house.
After they performed the X-ray, were you called back into the medical unit?
It was for another reason, but they did call me and they told me that the X-ray showed no fracture.
Okay, no fracture. That's what they were looking for.
That's what they were looking for.
Did they offer any type of physical therapy for your shoulder? Anything at all?
No, I asked if they could do anything for it, and they said no.
Okay.
Tylenol.
All right. Do you have any other medical conditions that you wanted us to address in the bond hearing that you're suffering from?
So I have a hearing issue.
Okay.
I have a problem. Evidently have very narrow ear canals, and so
I'm sorry. I've got very narrow nostrils. I feel
doing-
your pain, Donna.
The wax builds up in my ears to the point that, I mean, I have officers that say to me, "Are you deaf, Adelson?" When I don't respond to them, it's because I don't hear them. And so I did ask for help in the,
I snorted. I think we should clip that, actually. Anyone, can someone screen record this bit for us, please? Clip it for a soundbite. Are you deaf, Adelson? So funny. Wait. I just, when I was listening to this, I snorted out loud.
and so the wax builds up in my ears to the point that, I mean, I have officers that say to me, "Are you deaf, Adelson?" When I don't respond to them, it's because I don't hear them. And so I did ask for help in the,
Thank you, Amber. Do you want me to play
I
it
asked
one
the
more
doctor if
time?
there was
Let
anything
me
they
know.
could do for
Or you
me.
can
And I
rewind.
told her what's
Got it.
normally done, and she said,
Thank you so much, Amber.
we use Debrox to soften the wax, and then you come down 3 or 4 days later, and we use a bulb syringe to remove it. And I said,
Chat. She's in court trying to get released out on bond before her trial because she's got earwax. If that's not the definition of entitlement and delusions of grandeur, I'm not sure what. Ma'am, you're in prison. You're on trial for murder. Suck it up. Deal with it.
that doesn't work. I need a different procedure. And she said, that's all we can do for you.
Okay. And did you know, based on your prior treatment before you came into the Leon County Jail, that it required something other than the flushing system?
Yes, I did know.
Do you recall the name of the doctor that you saw for this condition?
Yes, I've seen her for years. Dr. Molina.
Okay. And Dr. Molino, how long do you think that you saw him for this condition prior to your incarceration?
I mean, several years.
Okay.
4 years, 5 years, I don't know.
Okay. And during the course of his treatment for you, how often would you go to have the wax removed from your small ear canals?
Yeah, every 3 to 4 months. If I waited longer than that, I couldn't hear.
And did he use this method or did he do something different?
No.
What did he do?
He used some kind of,
Yes,
I don't know what it's
Shelley.
called, but it's some kind of an electronic device.
Are you deaf,
He
Adelson?
puts one end in my ear, and he's able to remove the wax using that device, a medical device.
And in your experience prior to incarceration, when you were having that procedure done, did your hearing improve?
Immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, immediately.
Same.
You may.
Oh, good. She takes off her specs.
Mrs. Adelson, I've shown you what the defense has marked as Defense Exhibit 1 for
We'll
purposes
get
of this
some
hearing.
emojis to the chat
And
too.
it's
I
a
just got to
report from
spec some out.
Dr. Molina, your doctor. Could you review that just to yourself for a moment? Okay. Does that describe the treatment that he was providing to you?
Yes.
Okay, and it includes a recommendation that you continue to receive the same treatment, potentially with another ENT in Tallahassee, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, this time the defense would offer Defense Exhibit 1 into evidence.
Any objections, defense one?
No, sir.
Defense one is admitted. You may.
All good, Princey. We'll work it out. I can find it. Easy. I'll make Joey do it. Sorry, Joey.
During the time that you
It's
have,
a good
without
help,
disclosing any of the
Joey.
conversations, of course, but during the course of the time that you have met with counsel at the jail, have you had difficulty hearing us while we're trying to discuss your case with us?
Yes. I
And what
do.
about over the
Oh,
telephone?
yeah.
Are you experiencing difficulty hearing us in that way?
Yeah, the telephone is a problem.
Have you actually gotten in trouble by some of the guards at the jail because they've instructed you to do something and you weren't able?
I'll do my best.
Yes.
Does that happen on more than one occasion?
It happens on several occasions.
Glorious, Joey. It's glorious.
And have you experienced over the course of your incarceration that your hearing is getting worse and worse?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is not a
Oh, yeah.
significant, I'm going to move on to something else now, and this is not a
Yes, thank you.
significant injury, but I did want to address this with respect to the type of medical care that you are getting at the jail. Did something happen to you recently where you cut your arm?
Yes.
Okay, tell the court what happened, please.
So I was walking past the washing machine on my way to the restroom, and I bumped into there's like a metal bracket.
This bit is quite scandalous. Wait till you hear about the lack of medical supplies within the jail. This was, I believe, no, the annex. I think this was in the annex. Yeah, washing machine. She's currently being held in Leon County Jail for these hearings and stuff. So she's I think she's been in the whole time. But yes, it's quite horrifying. Listen, carry on.
That holds the washing machine in place, I guess, and it was my fault. I bumped into it.
And what happened?
So I cut my arm pretty badly.
So what did you do after you cut your arm?
So the timing was, it's kind of interesting because the med nurse was there doing morning meds. So I got onto the bleeding wouldn't stop. It was just pouring out. So I figured I'll get on the line with the other girls and I'll speak to the med nurse. So I waited my turn and I got to the med nurse and she said, "Whoa, what happened to you?" And I said, "My fault. I just bumped into the machine and I cut myself." So she looked at it and she said, "Yeah, that's a problem." I said, "Yeah, can I get a Band-Aid or gauze or something, some antibiotic cream?" She said, "Yeah, I don't have any antibiotic cream and I don't have a Band-Aid."
Doesn't have a Band-Aid.
So
That's
I looked
wild
at her
to
and I
me.
said, "Well, what should
I've
I
got
do?"
Band-Aids in my
She
bag
said,
at
"Well,
work.
why don't you use your toilet
Not in
paper
jail though.
and put it on there?" I said, "But it's gushing. I can't put toilet paper on there." So one of the girls saw me and she said, "Oh my God." And she came running over and she opens up a sanitary napkin and she put it on there so that it was filling the sanitary napkin with blood. And so another girl came over, she took the bloodied one away and she gave me hers too. And I was applying that. I said to the nurse again, "We're not going to be able to stop it holding this. Isn't there something you can do?" She says, "The best I could offer you would be to fill out a medical request form." So I said, "You want me to do that now?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, can I have a medical request form?" She says, "Oh, I don't have any." I said, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" And she said, "I don't know what to tell you." She's maybe the night nurse.
Okay, so this was just a couple of days before you were transferred to protective custody, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but do you recall that was on Saturday, the 1st of February?
It was a Saturday morning, yes.
Okay, and so about what time of morning would this have been if this was the morning med nurse?
It could have been 9 or 10, somewhere in the morning.
Okay, and when she told you that she didn't have any sick call forms for you to request a Band-Aid and you would need to get it from the night nurse, approximately what time does the night nurse come?
So the night nurse comes anywhere from 11:30 to 2:30 in the morning.
11:30 p.m. to
PM.
to what time?
2:30 a.m.
30 a.m.
Right.
And in the meantime, you were supposed to use the feminine pads?
I called my husband. He told me to elevate my arm, to wash it, try to wash it frequently, just to keep my arm up. And that's what I did. And
Yeah.
one girl brought over toilet
I mean, it's
paper
not
that was
ideal.
sticking
Probably
to the
better than a
wounds.
Band-Aid
That
though,
wasn't
right?
good. So I kept borrowing sanitary pads to hold it.
Okay, and at some point, did the night nurse come?
Yes, she came that night.
Okay, and what happened when she got there?
She didn't have a Band-Aid either.
Okay.
She didn't have antibiotic ointment either. And I said, "This has been going on since early this morning."
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just turned around and noticed that some of the state's witnesses have re-entered the courtroom. We had previously invoked the rule for the bond proceeding.
All right. For anyone who is here to testify concerning bond, please step outside the courtroom. Ms. Dugan, is any witness you're intending to call currently in the courtroom?
I think maybe recently first. And don't quote me.
Deputy Collins.
It seems very
Please
fresh
continue
in her
with your
mind.
examinations.
Warm up.
Thank you. So the night nurse came and the night nurse didn't have a Band-Aid either?
No antibiotic, no Band-Aid, and no, the form that I was told to ask her for, the sick call form. She said, "I don't have them. We haven't had them in a while."
The night nurse?
The night nurse.
So how were you supposed to request, according to the night nurse then, how were you supposed to request assistance?
So I was actually fortunate because there was a sergeant with the night nurse. She accompanies the nurse when she comes there. And she took a look at what I looked like, and the night nurse said, "Yeah, that's a problem." And so the sergeant said, "I'm going to make sure you get a Band-Aid, and I'm going to make sure you get a form. You'll get it by tomorrow. When I go back with the night nurse, she said, I'll run some off on the machine, some copies, and I'm going to make sure that you get it."
And did she?
The next morning,
Okay.
I got it.
From the sergeant?
From the sergeant, yes.
Okay. You got the Band-Aid and the call nurse?
Yes.
Call form?
The call
So
form.
problem resolved, right? She lived, unlike Dan.
Where's the witness, Sean?
You may.
So Adelson, I'm showing you what the defense has marked as Defense Exhibit 2. Do you recognize what's in that photograph?
Yeah,
Or what is that?
that's a few days after I got cut, and it's the clear Band-Aid that they gave me to put on top.
Okay. After you got the bandage to put on over your wound, did you get additional medical treatment for the wound?
So no, not then, about, I don't know how many days later, but when I went down to medical a few days later,
Thinking to do.
they said, "How long are you wearing this bandage?" And I said, "I don't know, 4 or 5 days," whatever it had been. And they said, this should
So
be
show us the
cleaned and
scar,
changed every
Donna.
day.
Show
Why
us
didn't you
the
have that
gushing
done?
scar that should be
I said,
still
I
there.
don't know. This is what they gave me to put on, and that's what I did.
Okay. The photograph, does that truly and accurately depict what your injury looked like the few days after it occurred with the bandage on it?
That's what it looked like.
The defense would offer Exhibit 2 into evidence?
An objection to defense 2.
No, sir.
I object
Yeah.
that she
You
said
may.
baby.
And at this follow-up visit, then did they change your bandage and clean the wound?
They cleaned it and they put antibiotic cream on it and
Okay.
I changed it.
So you're all
And did you
good
get any
then,
additional
Donna?
treatment for the wound?
No.
Did you request that you get a tetanus shot?
My husband said, Donna, there was if rust on that metal, which there was, he said, you should ask for a tetanus shot.
And so did you
So far the sciatica, that sucks. Earwax, looks to me like she's got quite big earlobes, which sort of compensate for the small ear canals. Anyway, and band-aids. So earwax and band-aids. Please let me out of jail until trial, sir, judge, your honor.
request
So
it?
I requested it and they did give it to me.
And then, as far as your medical conditions go, the last thing I want to talk about is something that I would give two different descriptions of, but I'm just asking the questions. You're the one providing the information to the court in your testimony. So this shortness of breath or heavy breathing that you're
What's impressed,
experiencing,
Donna?
how long has that been going on?
It's been going on several months, probably at least 3 months, I would think.
Okay, and did it, you're experiencing it then during your incarceration, did you have it prior to being incarcerated?
No, I did not.
Okay, what have you noticed about the breathing and how would you describe it? Shortness of breath, heavy breathing, what?
I know, I guess it sounds like heavy breathing, shortness of breath. I've never had that before.
Wait, Donna, for goodness
I'm
sake.
not a doctor. I don't know. It's
Life's
I've
harder when
gained
you're a lot
more than a
heavier.
third of my body weight here.
now, and it's tough.
diet is all carbs, no protein, and when you get spaghetti with mashed potatoes, cornbread, and white bread, that's your dinner. It's very typical of what we get. And we've had no exercise at all. We're confined, especially in the annex. The annex, we've been confined to our beds
The audacity of
almost all
him,
the
all
time.
right?
Once in a while, we get a pod officer that lets us walk, so you can walk in a circle around the girls' beds. But otherwise, there's no, even if you want to get off your bed and just try to do stretches or wall push-ups or anything, she says, this is not an exercise room. There's no exercising here.
So Pilates,
We don't get taken outside.
Let me
so Starbucks.
one of these issues at a time. So with respect to the
It's
time period when you've been in the annex, which was from
Nail.
August of 24 until
Big hammer.
recently February of 2025,
Nail on the head, Lindsay.
was it your understanding you're supposed to be taken outside a certain number of times?
Well, the inmate handbook says you get a minimum of 3 hours of outside time per day, per week.
Okay, and during your time in the annex, did you experience a week where you got 3 hours of time outside?
We haven't gotten 3 hours in 6 months.
How many times did you go outside while you were in the annex?
Well, she's in protective custody because she got
Mrs. Adelson, we have
extorted.
30 minutes left in the hearing, Ms. Fulford. I understand your client is disputing the adequacy of the care. We do need to move to the most pertinent matters. Please continue.
Okay.
course.
Off of that then, I do want to talk to you then about some physical issues that have taken place in the jail. The first one I want to talk about is an incident that took place in the shower. And we're going to do this one briefly. I'm sorry, how much time did you say we had, Judge?
30 more minutes,
Including argument?
not including argument.
Okay. All right. So the first incident that took place in the shower, could you just briefly describe to the judge what happened there?
Pick up
Yeah,
the soap,
so
Donna.
I always, there's 7 shower heads, but I always take the same one because it's off in a corner, so I have a little bit more privacy than you'd have at the other ones. And so I would always shower there, and I was under the shower. And
I don't really want the mental image of Donna in the shower, prison or not. But anyway, it's part of the narrative, so carry on.
I was washing my hair, and I was the only one in the shower. I always go in early morning because there's
Okay,
nobody there.
Joey.
Most of the girls sleep, so I take a shower and I have a little privacy. And so I was washing my hair, and all of a sudden I felt a hand go up my back, like, from
Pilates.
the top of my butt, up my back, and I yelled, "Stop
Chat,
it!" And
That
I
is
turned.
great. You guys are the
And
best.
this
Jody.
girl said, "You
Love
like
you.
it?" And I said, "Get out of here." And I started to scream, and she ran.
Okay. In the bathroom there, what was this? Which pod was this in?
It's in the annex.
In the annex. Okay. In the annex, are there guards positioned inside the area where you shower?
No,
Inside the area where you use the restroom?
no.
Okay. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is what transpired in October of, thank you, October of 2024, where you had said previously you were attacked. What were you doing? Where were you at, first of all, at the place?
In October. So I was in the bathroom.
I mean, I'm just going to point out the terror that Professor Dan Markel must have felt in his final moments as he pulled into his driveway and he was on the phone to the music teacher at the school that his children were. Wendy had signed the boys up for, I think the oldest one, and he was on the phone to the music teacher, and he pulled into his garage in Tallahassee, and on Trescott. And imagine being on the phone, turning your head to the, which way for you guys? To the left, to your driver's side window, to see a man with a gun and shoot you through the windscreen, through the passenger window. Trigger warning, but that's what happened. You know, that's terror, Donna. That's terror.
It's 10:30 at night. I went in to brush my teeth. There's there are three sink stations in the bathroom. Each one has 4 sinks. And I was at the center station with my back to the door, and I'm a righty, so I was holding my toothbrush with my right hand, and I was balancing myself with my left hand on the sink.
Terrifying, but
just brushing my teeth.
Suck
That's
it,
all I was
Donna.
doing.
What happened?
And someone came up behind me and pulled my left hand away from the sink and twisted my arm and like jerked it behind my back, like reaching up toward my neck.
Okay.
And
Did it hurt?
yeah, it hurt.
Okay. What happened?
It hurt. And I said, "What are you doing?" And she's in the same breath that she did that with my arm, she said, "You're going to buy me commissary." I said, "I'm going to what?" And she said, "Unless you want those pretty white teeth knocked out of your mouth, you're going to buy me commissary." So I said, okay. And then she named a package that she wanted. And she's out. She was gone. She was just that fast.
Okay. How bad would you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad would you rate the pain at the time that she did that to you?
Oh my God, it was a 10.
Okay.
I didn't know my arm could reach that far back.
Okay.
Has she ever had
What
a
did you
baby?
do after
Yes.
she did that to you?
10, please.
So kind of stood there for a minute, and then I just thought, okay, I'm gonna go back to my bunk. And I went back to my bunk and I got into the covers and I cried. I just stayed into my covers. I didn't come out.
During your entire time in the annex, did this particular inmate remain confined in that area with you?
She was in the annex all the time.
Okay. And I know that you don't want to talk about who did this to you, because why? Why don't you want to disclose who it was?
There's one thing I
She actually hasn't got
learned
the
since
greatest
I'm there
teeth, all things
is
considered.
you don't
The bottom ones are
snitch,
all.
you don't snitch, you don't tell on anyone.
No
because you'll be
shade,
sorry
but
you did.
doing, wait.
And I've seen that. And so
I can't stand it when creators talk over the top of the video. Sorry, chat. She hasn't got that great teeth. The bottom ones are, oh, whoa, dirty paws. Donna, yikes, girl. That could be a, someone screenshot that. Wait, let me just take the closed captions off for a second. Wait, I'll take them off for 1 second. Can someone please screenshot that? Because wouldn't that be a great emote for our chat? Someone screenshot it. Thanks. Her teeth aren't that great considering Harvey's a dentist and Charlie's a periodontist. The bottom ones, and no shade on bad teeth, but if that's your resources, what the fuck you doing, Donna? Maybe they did knock her pretty white teeth out. Funny story, when I was incarcerated for 12 hours, held overnight, it's all right. The charges were dropped. It was a whole thing. I'll tell you another time. But when they checked, they have to check everything, right? And they checked inside my teeth to make sure I didn't have like drugs inside. I don't know what. And the chick goes to me. She's like, "Are they or your teeth?" Like the prison, the whatever she was, the jail, the chick, the corrections officer. She checked in and she's like, "Are they all your teeth?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "Nice." And I'm like, "Exactly. I don't belong in here. I have beautiful teeth."
Since I'm there, is you don't the word is snitch. You don't snitch. You don't tell on anyone because you'll be sorry you did. And I've seen that. And so I didn't even tell you for a while. I wasn't going to tell anybody. I didn't want to tell anybody. I said, she's a big woman, and I was afraid of her.
Okay. Approximately how tall
Would
would
be
you say she is
terrifying.
compared to you?
Jail is
So for 6
terrifying.
feet,
And it's
she's over 200 pounds.
12 hours,
Very
long
large
enough.
woman.
Okay. Were you afraid of her?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I was after that.
Okay. And you said that she demanded that you were going to start getting a weekly commissary. Did you do that?
Yes.
Okay. Let me, can I have just one moment, Judge?
Go ahead.
Oh, why shouldn't why am I in prison? Jail. I didn't do this. He deserves to die. Do you like how the background fits in perfectly with her because it's her? It's almost like we're sitting with her, God forbid. Lord.
Your Honor, in
And
order to move this
minority
along a
women.
little more promptly, I've requested of the state, and they have no objection. At this time, I'm going to offer into evidence State's Exhibit number 3. I'm sorry, I said state by mistake. Defense Exhibit number 3, Defense Exhibit number 4, and Defense Exhibit number 5.
The objection is taken.
May I
They are
urge?
admitted. Thank you.
Right.
Ms. Adelson, prior to ordering commissary for this woman who attacked you, were you getting commissary for yourself?
So I have an account, and you can buy up to $40 a week of food. And so I use that account to buy food,
Give her
but
teeth, Prince.
not what she wanted. She wanted packages.
Okay, let's make sure the court understands. When you say buy food, is there normal commissary through the jail, or you were getting your commissary?
Yes,
Okay, and that's what you were spending $40 a week on for yourself?
Aramark, yes.
Okay, and what kind of items are you buying for yourself off of that?
I try to get some protein in my tuna fish with mayonnaise and,
Substitute meals, if you will?
yes,
Okay, no noodles of any kind?
no.
Okay, all right. Now, is there a separate way that you can order
Matilda,
commissary on the
hi.
outside for
Nice to
inmates?
see you.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Bloody
It has
internet
to be ordered from
technology,
inside.
yikes.
You have to ask somebody outside to place the order.
Okay, and when you refer to packages, is that the method that the woman who attacked you said she wanted you to get for
That's
her?
what she asked me to get her.
Okay, and these packages cost about $40 each, is that correct?
40 and then $10 for packaging or shipping, so it's $50 a package.
Okay, and during the course of your time in the annex, while you were still in the annex, on just about every week, did she continue to find you in the bathroom and demand what packages that you would get ordered for her?
Yes.
Just trying to work
She
out my timing for our
wasn't keeping
next
an eye on me,
stream.
But when I was in the bath, those are the only times she would approach me is in the bathroom, and she would tell me what she wanted for that week.
And did you make those orders through your husband?
I called my husband. I didn't tell him what happened. I just called him and said, honey, I want some extra food. Would you mind ordering some packages for me? And he said, sure, honey. And he did.
And he did that.
Well,
And at the
anything
time
you
that
gonna
your normal
guarantee
canteen
you?
or commissary would be delivered, is that when the extra pack?
Harvey is living his best fucking life, not having this fucking shrew micromanaging his every moment. When she was arrested, I think she thought that Harvey was still going to get on the plane to Vietnam. He wasn't allowed to, but the running joke was that because she asked for Harvey to be shown out of the airport, it was the longest perp walk. Oh my God, we'll watch all of it. We'll watch it. We'll watch it in the lead up to trial. We're doing a whole month of trial prep, depending on how long the Karen Reid trial goes for. Between the end of Karen Reid and the start of Donna's trial, we'll do quite a concentrated catch up on all of the stuff because there's a lot that's happened. Yeah, that lol. But Harvey would be like, thank fuck she couldn't even. He doesn't have to answer. He doesn't have to answer her calls if he doesn't want to. Life amazing without her.
Packages would be delivered as
Yes,
well?
yes, all at the same time.
Okay, and in the course of things, you would go pick up your canteen and then her extra packages, is
Yes,
that right?
yes.
And where did you keep her items when you got back to the annex?
So it was, you have to carry your bin up, and they put the package, they open up a plastic bag and they loosely put all this stuff in the bin. So it was all in a bin that I would put under my bed.
Okay, and did you keep her eye care packages separated from your canteen?
Yes.
Okay, and how is it that she would receive her packages? How did she get the
So
food?
she would send, I used to say her minions, she was just pick different girls to come over to me, and they would say, package up 4 soups and 3 bags of chips. And the first time I didn't know what she was going to do, and she said it's for, and she mentioned her name. I said, well, how am I supposed to do that? She said, just put it in your shirt. I'll meet you in the bathroom. So I would load these things in the top of my shirt, and I would hold the bottom of my shirt like this so that nothing would fall out. And I'd go to the bathroom, and then somebody would follow me in there, and she would take it out, transfer it into her shirt, and walk away.
And that continued from the time that she first yanked her arm behind your back in October all the you were put into protective custody. Is
Yes,
that right?
Yes.
Okay. When you got into protective custody, in fact, did you receive your last packages for her?
So the last package came, I was put into protective custody on a Monday, and Tuesday, the commissary came with those packages and brought them to me.
Okay. And do you have that extra food in your protective custody room now?
They're sitting there. I don't eat that stuff, so it's all sitting on top of my bunk.
It's made up of
Cheez-Its.
noodles
It's
and
probably got
chips and
Cheez-Its in
things
that box, in that
Is that
package.
correct?
That's correct.
Well,
Okay. All right. I want to talk briefly about your time in protective custody. How big is the room that you're in?
6 by 9.
Okay. And are you in this room by yourself?
Yes.
And is the door, with the exception of when they allow you to come out, is the door kept closed all of the time?
It's supposed to be kept closed.
Okay, all right. And you're given, I'm kind of leading here, Judge, to try and get us through this, but you're allowed to come out of that room 1 hour per day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you get to come out for 20 minutes. Is that
20
right?
minutes.
Okay. And on the weekends, you don't get to come
Not
out?
at all.
Okay. Make sure you don't talk over me, okay?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're talking over each other.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So Saturday and Sunday, you don't come out at all. During your
she's used
hour,
to
3
talking
days a
whatever
week,
the
and your
fuck
20
she
minutes,
wants,
2 days
right?
a week, is that when you are given the
Right.
opportunity to take a shower?
Yes.
If you have time to walk, that's when you walk?
So on an hour a day, I'll walk for 40 minutes.
You're fucking
or
savage.
and then I'll take my shower at the end of that, so I get my shower in.
Okay. And laundry also. That's what you use that
All
time
of
for.
that. Yes.
Other than that, you're locked inside that room.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, it was your understanding when you were put into
Yeah,
protective
that's
custody
prison.
that
That's
there's
jail,
never
mate.
supposed to be
That's
be
jail.
anybody out around you. Is that right?
That's what I was told.
Okay. But protective custody is actually attached to a pod, is it not?
Yes.
And what pod is that?
M-Pod, like Mary.
Okay. At some point, did you learn that this individual who attacked you was also, at least for some period of time, in that same area?
I'm not sure where she was. She might have been.
Okay.
I didn't see her.
You didn't see her.
I
Okay.
heard that she was there, but I didn't see her.
Okay. Now, you have testified earlier that different guards have kind of different rules that they follow inside of jail. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Okay. During the time that you've been in protective custody, when you were told you should not be around anyone else in the pod or otherwise, have there been times when guards would have you around other inmates?
Yes.
Okay. In fact, was there an occasion where another girl came and knocked on?
Sidebar. Love me some ramen. We have at our, well, here we go. Aldi. I say Aldi. Aldi. Apparently, I'm supposed to say. I'm a chameleon. What can I say? They have a red curry noodle bowl. It's like $2.79. It is so good. It is so authentic. And then I put a little tin of like sweet corn kernels in. Oh, so good. It's not, I mean, it's those kind of noodles. It's ramen, but it's not shitty ramen. Good. Donna if she could get some corn in her commissary, you can make that shit delicious, man. So good. 10-10.
knocked on your door, wanting you to give her food?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And what happened when you said you would give her food?
I
Aldi.
said I have all that
Do
extra
not
food. I
get
don't want
Aldi?
giving it to people.
Aldi?
So-
Okay, so how are you going to give it to her?
Well, that's what I said to her. I'm going to get this to you. And so she gave the guard a high sign, and the guard buzzed the door open, and it was her and a friend of hers, the two of them, and they'd only stepped in my foot, came in, and I gave them some soups.
Okay, is that the only time that you've been around other people since you've been put in protective custody, or have there been other
There have been other
situations?
times, like yesterday, the officer buzzed my door, so I guess there was something she wanted me to do, so I opened my door, and I came out, and
Wait, she opened her door?
maybe, I don't know, half a dozen
Seems
girls watching
wild.
TV. I walked past them, and I asked the officer, "What did you want?" And she said, "Miss Adelson, I didn't mean to buzz you. Just go back to your room." I said, "Okay." So I
Okay.
turned around and went back.
Okay. We have to move along a little bit faster here. So one of the things that's been a big for
Same.
you is lack of sleep. So we're going to just kind of go through this quickly for the court. But you testified previously that the nighttime medications come between 11:30 p.m. and 1:30 or 2 a.m. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And part of the nighttime medications that you get, is there something in there to assist you to go to sleep?
Yes.
Okay. And then you get the medication. About how long after that is it before you can go to sleep?
From the time I get it, probably a half hour.
Okay. All right.
Well,
And what
what do
time
you
are you
reckon?
woken up for breakfast?
Between 3 and 3:30. Last night was 3:10.
Hi,
Just
Shanwan.
within that half hour range. is
Hey,
when it
Aldi.
comes.
Okay.
You can
And
also
once
go-
you're woken up for breakfast, are you capable of going back to sleep?
No.
Have you tried to go back to sleep?
Oh my God. Yes, I tried.
Oh
So
my
that period of that time that you get from the
Look, Donna, I've been getting up at 3:30 in the morning basically every day for 18 months. So I feel your pain. It sucks. But I didn't murder someone. I suck it, Donna, suck it.
time you fall asleep after your night meds until you're woken up for breakfast, that's the only sleep that you're getting while you're incarcerated?
That's it.
How has that affected you?
So
Plus she's got
listen,
that
I know
whole I
older people
murdered
don't
someone
need
on her
as much
mind
sleep
probably.
as younger people, but I need more than 2 hours a night. I need more than a good night is 3. One night I had 3.5 hours. It's not enough sleep
No.
to stay focused. I mean,
No,
I feel like
I
I'm
agree.
foggy sometimes because
Strongly
I'm
agree.
just sleepy. I'm tired, and and I can't go to sleep.
Where?
People screaming and yelling. They bang on the doors. They shake the doors. It sounds like a drum.
Donna, you're in jail, babe. Like, let this be a cautionary tale for all those folk out there who think that hiring a hitman to take care of a problem is probably not the best idea. Just saying.
Drum in there. It's horrible. So I can't sleep with all that noise going on. Then
Okay. Do you have legal documents that we have provided to you or prior counsel has provided to you that you need to review to assist in the preparation of your defense?
say that to me.
Sure. Do you keep legal documents with you that you're supposed to be reviewing to assist to prepare for your defense?
Sure, I've got two bins full of them.
Okay. Are you having difficulty completing the tasks that we're asking you to do because of your lack of sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk to you for just a second. You're able to make calls to your lawyers off of your tablet, correct?
Yes.
And those are supposed to be attorney-client privilege calls, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and they're not recorded according to what's said on the recording when you make the calls, is that
That's
right?
right.
During the time that you were in the annex, were you in a situation where you could be away from everybody so that you could make those calls without anyone hearing?
No, I had to make the
I love
calls
that
into
she's
my
got a nose
blanket
whistle.
because you
Kind
couldn't
of
hear
funny
me.
too, 'cause
I certainly couldn't hear you. So I would go into my
Same.
blanket with the tablet and I would call you that way.
That didn't keep the other inmates who were standing right next to you from hearing.
It is what it is.
Okay, was there a time when you and I were speaking and when you pulled the cover, was a guard there listening to your call?
Yes, there was.
And during the time that you and I are having conversations, do you also experience the same kind of problems with the phone that you had heard that Charlie had while talking to you, where the calls are dropped, et cetera?
We've had it numerous times.
Okay, are there times where we're not able to hear each other on phone calls?
Yes.
Is there static on the phone calls?
It's static, and now you've been complaining because I have this shortness of breath, so I'm breathing very heavy, and it's hard to hear me.
Okay.
So it's difficult.
All right, let me ask you a few questions. We're requesting that His Honor allow you to be out on bond pending your trial so that you can assist in the preparation of your defense. If His Honor ordered that you reside here in Leon County and not leave Leon County until the conclusion of the trial, would you agree to do that?
Yes, of course.
If he placed you on an electronic monitor, would you agree to take that?
Yes,
Okay. If he required that you have a curfew from 7 o'clock at night until 7 o'clock in the morning, would you comply with the curfew?
I would do that.
You have the ability to do these things.
Yes,
Okay. You have the ability to get housing here in Tallahassee where you could live with your husband.
sure.
Okay. And if he said that, you can leave outside of the curfew, you can leave to go meet with your lawyers, medical appointments, if you need medical appointments, coming to court, those type of things, would you comply with those orders as well?
Yes, I'd be grateful just to get a night's sleep. It would be great.
Okay. If he ordered that you had to surrender your driver's license during the pendency from now until the end of the trial and not drive, would you agree to comply with that?
Yes, I would.
Have just 1 moment, please.
That's all, folks, for that. And then we've got Sarah Dugan cross-examining her, which is amazing. But we're going to take a song break because I have a new song. Yeah, 2 minutes.
Thought I had asked this, but I might not have. For the medical conditions that you have complained of during the time that you were speaking with the doctors and they said that they didn't give you the treatments that you were requesting, did they ever offer that they would
Hi,
have
Jean,
doctor
how you
outside
going?
perform
Good
the
to
treatment
see
for you?
What,
No.
I don't
Donna?
have anything further.
Donna.
Student cross-examination.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, so the incident in the shower after you let the inmate know.
So this is Sarah Dugan. Let's take a quick moment to play a song just to cleanse the palate. And it's going to get a little spicy. And we'll come straight back. It's 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. She's new. I don't know if it's in order. Where is it? Joey, can I find it? Is it here? Oh, there we go. Enjoy.
The past is obdurate, refuses to change. Rear view mirror, out of range. Back then has teeth, it wants to bite. Unforgiven, chase you through the night. Time is a tree with many branches. Fate or fortune, maybe both. Human nature, golden, chosen. 50-50, brand new day. Lessons learned, fluid, organic. Manifest future, do not panic. Events a flimsy house of cards. Wash, rinse, repeat, or whole 9 yards. Time is a tree with many branches. Fate or fortune, maybe both. becomes lovely. Time is a tree with many branches, fate or fortune, maybe both. Human nature, golden chosen, 50-50 brand new day. Dark valley of the present, deep breath feels better, don't it? Nothing to lose, what you gonna do? Big wide eyes, future coming for you. Time is a tree with many branches, fate or fortune, maybe both. Human nature, golden chosen, 50-50 brand new day. Half centuries are meant for me, 5 times 10 and 1, 2, 3. Glass half full or overflowing, 50 radiates, it's glowing. 50, it's a good number, y'all.
Boom. New one. 50th song, 3 months. Piece of cake. Piece of piss. Cakewalk, mate.
I have for the medical conditions that you have complained of during the time that you were speaking
Sarah
with
Dugan,
doctors,
let's
and they said
fucking
that they
go.
didn't give you the treatments that you were requesting. Did they ever offer that they would have a doctor from the outside perform the treatment for you?
No,
I don't
I'll
know.
slow it down. She talks faster.
Student cross-examination.
Yes, sir.
Let's get
Right, so the incident in the shower after you let the inmate know that you did not like what she was doing by telling her to stop. Did she ever try that again?
no,
And that inmate's no longer, or you didn't disclose the name of that inmate, but you did tell the investigator that that inmate is no longer in jail with you, right?
she's no longer there. She left shortly after that.
Okay. As far as the arm twist incident from October of 2024, you said you reported that in February of 2025.
Yes,
Okay. And you wouldn't give the name, you said you wouldn't give the name of her to the investigator.
Thank you.
Okay.
no,
But you, if
Got a
you
whole
would give her
playlist.
name,
Check it out.
that instead of you being separated from the pod, she could be separated from you and you could be back with the general population.
yeah, but she's not the only one that could hurt me. That's what I wouldn't do.
True.
She had a half a dozen girls that came up to me.
Was there ever any physical violence by her or anyone she's friends with after that October
No.
24 incident?
No, that was it. That's it.
And by being in solitary confinement, does it give you an opportunity to have a quieter space where you can prepare for trial?
I guess it would be a quiet space if I could get some sleep and I would be able to concentrate
Oh, Donna.
on what I'm supposed
Donna.
to do.
Donna.
Yes, that'd be helpful.
Do you also make
Charlie.
in-person visits with your attorney in jail?
I do.
Okay, and when that happens, are you in a room alone
I'm
with?
going to brush
the
up on my
member or both?
Florida
Yes.
accent.
Yes,
And y'all are able to have conversations then?
Colors, you can help me.
yes.
For the sciatic nerve in December of 2024,
Lindsay's not having it.
were you offered a solumedrol steroid injection for that pain that you declined?
I am going to object to the use of the medical records by the state based on the prior objection.
Student, do you have an ability to show that these records were not a part of what was obtained by Investigator Newland that is still disputed?
No, these are part of what was obtained by Investigator Newland. But my understanding is that the defense would have opened the door to this by asking her all of these times she was seen by medical staff and what basically was not done for her.
As to that, I will permit the witness to answer. You may answer the table.
Could you ask me one more time?
Oh, Donna.
For the sciatic
Oh, Donna.
Pain that radiates down your right leg, where you offered a solumedrol, a steroid injection, and then after that, a medrol, so a steroid dose pack that you declined until you were able to speak with your physician.
No, I told her that in the past I had gotten a steroid injection in my spine, and she said, we don't do that. I could offer you, and it was a Medrol dose pack.
Solumedrol
I could offer
injection.
you that, but we don't do that. And having had sciatica twice in my lifetime, I know what's been done each time.
I
and
know
that
what's
worked.
best to me.
So
Prison doctors.
she said, we can't do that. We don't offer that. You would need to see a specialist.
Colors, but you can help me. We
Okay.
say phone.
I'm going to show you
phone.
this page.
On the phone.
The encounter from December 13th, 2024 at 3:22 p.m.
And she's a martyr. She wants to martyr herself,
Solumedrol
Andy.
injection, and then starting tomorrow, the Medrol dose pack. Patient requested decline.
Go, Sarah Dugan.
I don't know what a cellular injection, but she told me they don't give steroid injections in the spine.
Right,
She says, we
Colorado.
don't do that. And I don't recall her
Righto.
offering an injection. I
No.
do remember she said, I could give you other medication. But I've been there, I've done that. I know what happens with sciatica, and I know what needs to be done. That's not going to be the answer.
For your arm and shoulder pain, isn't it true that you reported you had mild pain in your left arm and
No,
shoulder?
I wouldn't say that before. I couldn't believe it. I told her that I had severe burning pain down the outer part of my arm. I never used the word mild pain. So I don't know where they got that from, but that's not what I said.
I'm going to show you the encounter from February 3rd, 2025 at 2:29 p.m. Under musculoskeletal, does it say positive for left upper extremity limited ROM range of motion, comma, mild pain?
That's what it says, but that's not what I said.
No.
No way is that
They got it
pain
wrong.
mild.
And so that's just what the doctor would have written down, but you're saying that's not what you told the doctor?
I did, had that been given to me and I read it and I had to sign it, I would say I never said
Look how
this.
rude
But
she is.
I'm telling you, I never said mild pain.
Okay.
It's shooting hot pain down my arm.
For that injury, you did have an X-ray. They did go over that X-ray with you and let you know that there was no fracture or dislocation.
There was no fracture, that's what she told me. I didn't think it was a fracture.
Wait,
Or dislocation of your shoulder or arm.
No, it was just pain.
And they also went over your chest X-ray results with you to let you know that your chest X-ray appeared clear.
Yes,
You ultimately received the Band-Aid and Neosporin for the cut on your elbow.
yes, I got that on Saturday. When did I get that? On Monday?
Okay, so
you're
within
okay?
a day or two of the
Did
cut
you
occurring.
Yes,
And you said that if you are given a bond, you will reside in Tallahassee, you will follow court orders. But when you were afraid of being arrested, right, Charlie Adelson's trial, isn't it true that you hoped that you could get to the airport before you were arrested?
I wasn't afraid of being arrested.
What were you trying to get to the airport in time for? In that jail
My
cell?
husband and I literally shocked and traumatized at what had happened to Charlie.
Surely.
And he said, we need to just get some peace. We need to catch our breath.
We
We're
need
going
to
to go
be
away somewhere.
safe.
And I thought it was a good idea because
She just threw Harvey under the bus. I have a short on this one. This is my so far in my recent shorts, my bestest one with the best views. Check it out. It's got a Quavo and Lenny Kravitz song underneath it. Pretty cool. But she just threw that there Harvey under the bus hard. It was his idea. It wasn't my idea. I just thought it was a good idea. Bad idea, Donna.
I couldn't think straight. I really couldn't think straight. I was so upset, and so was he. And it was his idea. He said, sweetheart, let's go, just get away. We're gonna just get away somewhere so we could have some time to think.
Okay, so your testimony is that you weren't trying to go to Vietnam because you wouldn't be able to be extradited from there.
Wait.
So my husband actually had said, we've been to Vietnam before with friends. We were on vacation, and it really was like a place of peace. And so he said, if we go to a non-extradition country, then if the law enforcement decided that they wanted to arrest you or me, whatever, both, he said, we won't be sitting in a foreign prison waiting months to go back. We can buy a ticket and we can go home. And my understanding was that I could go home and I could turn myself in if that's what they wanted.
Okay, but you were hoping to make it out of America in time before you were arrested, right?
I wanted to get away.
Charlie.
He wanted to get away. That's what we wanted to do. And it wasn't, we spoke to our attorneys. I asked them, they said there's no pending. We purposely called them to make sure it was legal to do it. And they said there's no, what were their words? There's no pending charges and there's no warrants. So you want to go, go. And so you ask your attorneys and they tell you that, I'm going.
But Dan did tell you, as you say in the jail call, that
Dan Rashbaum,
knowing what they're thinking up there, I don't know if you'll make it out in time. I really don't. But that he said you might, or you might get to the airport and they'll stop you. It could happen.
That's what he said.
Right. So you went to the airport knowing that they could stop you at the airport. You could end up being arrested.
That's what Dan said.
Right. And when you were looking at places to go a couple of days after Charlie Adelson's trial, you were specifically looking, though, for countries that did not have extradition with the U.S.
For the reason I just told you.
Right. And the reason that you're saying that you were looking for countries with no extradition
Actually,
was so that
Princey,
you could get back
he did.
faster in order to be arrested in the U.S.
Princey, he did. Wild.
No, that's not what I said. It's because, I don't know, maybe we watch too much TV or too many movies, but I've seen movies where people are stuck in like third world.
I'd suggest that probably they don't watch enough current TV or movies because they wash the money to launder it. But that's not what money laundering is, Donna. You fool. Donna.
Prisons and waiting and waiting and waiting. And my feeling was, this is not what we want to happen. If the state says they want us to come back, we'll buy a ticket, we'll come back on our own terms. We don't have to be else somewhere.
Don't tell
We'll come
Charlie.
back home and turn ourselves in.
Couldn't you have done that no matter what country you went to?
No,
No?
no.
You couldn't have found out that you had a warrant for your arrest and come back if there was an extradition
Well,
policy?
not if they would, I'm not law enforcement, but it appears that they would notify law enforcement in that country and then they could hold you in a jail for God knows how long. And I didn't want that to happen. So he said, well, that's why we'll do it this way, honey. That way, if they do notify us, so we got a phone call from our attorney or from law enforcement, then we'll buy a ticket, we'll go home.
Okay.
And so it would have been on our terms. That was the point. That was the reason that he thought that was a good idea.
And your
Before you
testimony?
continue, Ms. Dugan, we are over time. If you please can get to your most pertinent questions.
Yes, sir.
You spend so much time talking about earwax and Band-Aids.
I guess your testimony ultimately, though, is that you were not trying to go to a country with no extradition because you were trying to avoid being held accountable for this charge. That's your testimony?
I didn't do this.
Okay.
Being held accountable for this is not what happened.
Being arrested for this case.
Being arrested,
Right. That was not what you were trying to avoid by trying to go to a non-extradition country.
to get our heads on straight and just breathe.
That's all that happened.
May we redirect examination for Mrs.
Good work,
Adelson.
Sarah. Bloody legend.
Just one question, Judge.
You may proceed.
Testimony was you were offered an X-ray. You were never offered an MRI for your shoulder, were you?
No.
Thank you.
You may step down, Mrs. Adelson.
That's
Deputy,
good,
please
Chad.
assist with your seat.
We won't watch the other stuff. We just want to see Donna on the stand.
Does the defense have any other
Watch her walk
documents
away.
or evidence or
Because-
wintnesses that
Fuck it, Donna.
it intends to present?
Shackle that bitch. Love,
Any
love,
other
love.
witnesses that I want to present? We did file a request to take judicial notice of the motion and order in the Adam Thrash case where a
It's
request was
just
made
right.
in a charge of first-degree murder for
Jean and I have been following this case for quite some time through another channel, and so good to see her in shackles, man. So good to see her shuffling along, sort of plodding and shuffling. So good. So, chat, what we might do is Pinky promise we will come back. Absolutely. Do you mean to this trial? This stuff? We're going to do a lot more trial prep. I will cover any of the pre-trial motions hearings. Absolutely, like this. With a little more time, I've just got a very full schedule this weekend. Interviewing Joe Tacopina tomorrow night at 5 Eastern US time, 9 a.m. Melbourne time tomorrow. So that, and then we've got another stream scheduled. I just have so many things I want to say and so little time to say them. So we are stuck with sort of wrapping this one up here now. But every weekend, I think what we'll do on Friday nights is do something Adelson. I had planned to start going through some of the key witness testimonies from Charlie's trial to get us up to speed, ready for Donna's early June, kickoff of her trial. So we'll do something every week, right? And whether that be starting with the opening statements from the state in Charlie's trial, we can do some of the jail calls, Donna's bump, where she got, where the supposed Latin king who talked very, very well spoken for a Latin king when he came up and approached her on the street, which was caught under surveillance. Yes, flex back on Shorty. That's it. How exciting! So don't forget any blessings to the channel, lol, any donations, any money that comes towards Miss Shorty over every weekend, whether that be super chats, super stickers, new members, gifted memberships, buy me a coffee or PayPal, will go in the draw for something from the merch store. We're going to do the draw from last weekend in the next live stream, which we're about to go to now. We're going to talk about, and this is, thank you very much, Colors recommended this one to me for us to watch, 20 red flags in narcissists and psychopaths and sociopaths you need to be mindful of, to keep an eye out for. So we'll do that draw at 8 Eastern in that stream. And then at 9 tonight, we can all head over to Publicly Buzzed Feral Friday. Pokemomo, Miss Pokemon, Miss Shelley will host us over there as the lead moderator in that channel. And Steve, I can't wait. We're watching some sort of crazy movie. I don't know, 20 minutes on YouTube, and then we head over to Kick. It's a whole thing. So join us for that. Otherwise, come on to the next stream. It's a really riveting interview that Lisa Billier, one of our new faves of the channel, did with Laura Richards. You might have heard of her. She's from Scotland Yard and does a lot of profiling psychopaths, etc. So, least scary bump ever, right? Did I see Cheryl's here? Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Hi. Grass is green enough. Maybe we're distracting you. That's okay. We can body double with you all weekend and you can get it done. So let's go out with a song and we'll head straight over to the next stream scheduled for 4 minutes. Grab a drink, go to the bathroom, hit like on the way out. I'm not sure if there's a portal, but either way, it's the next stream scheduled. It's called 20 Red Flags You Should Not Ignore. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Love you all very, very much.
I love you all so very much. We had a blast just chatting and stuff. Things may have gone bit off the rails. Professional when all else fails. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. We're skating through all the tough things, learning about this and that, defense motions, prosecution, and narcissistic twats. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the all caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. Community, just you and me. Occasionally, Buster and Poppy. It's a whole thing, Miss Shorty swing. Together we make each other happy.